Hello everyone, this is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. Every week we talk about how to love yourself, others, and a higher nature, how to improve your finances, career, health, relationships, and spirituality. And today we'll conclude our three-part series, Transform Your Weakness and Awaken Your Invincible Mind. There is a weakness that ties you to the past and makes you suffer for every real or imagined mistake you've ever made. It is called the regret weakness. The insidious thought that you have messed up your life because of your past mistakes. The regret weakness is relentless in telling you that you can never repair the damage you've done, that you will always feel like a loser because of the errors and blunders you've made and will continue to make. The trickiest thing about the regret weakness is that when you feel bad about your choices, you tend to repeat the same mistakes because you don't feel worthy or smart enough to do any better. Your emotional tie to the past is what ends up destroying your feelings of self-worth. It makes you see yourself as weak in a specific area. For example, in relationships or business matters. Regardless of your perceived area of non-success, the regret weakness will hone in on your self-attacking thought that you should have done better. Of course, everyone makes mistakes. Our judgment is sometimes clouded. Our willpower may be weak. The problem is not the mistake itself, but your reactions to the error. Self-attacks engineered by the self-defeating mind, which tells you that you're inferior, foolish, or inadequate. The solution is to realize that self-accusations have no place in your present day because you're becoming a different person. Guided by your invisible mind, the part of you that is confident and successful, you can learn from your mistakes and improve on your past, facing the future with optimism and hope. So how can you defeat regret? One way is to allow yourself to go back. Many times people take an all-or-nothing perfectionistic approach to their weakness or bad habits. They think either I completely change my old negative habits today, or I'm a total failure. The better approach is to allow yourself to go back. Give yourself a break if you fall back into an old temptation, bad habit, or negative behavior. Instead of condemning yourself as a weak or unworthy person, practice self-compassion. Tell yourself that you can get back on track and become a stronger person, even though you may have a temporary setback. When you're too hard on yourself or returning to a negative behavior or destructive habit, you will tend to fall into an emotional place of weakness and regret. As a result, you're likely to repeat the same self-defeating actions that made you feel weak in the first place, because you don't believe you deserve any better. The truth is that you probably didn't develop a weakness or bad habit overnight. It took you many steps to slide down that well of weakness to reach this stage. Since you fell down little by little, you need to gradually pull yourself out over time. This is the simple truth. Weakness attracts more weakness. Let's say you're trying to quit drinking energy drinks because you know they're not healthy for you. You make an oath to yourself that you're quitting. You're fine going several days without drinking one, but then on a hot, stressful day, you yield to the temptation and have one. Feeling bad about your choice to imbibe the energy drink. The regret weakness taunts you. You blew it. You have no discipline. You may as well drink another one. If you believe what the regret weakness is telling you, that you lack self-discipline, you may be tempted to go back to drinking energy drinks, succumbing to a downward spiral of weakness. Things are much different when you allow yourself to go back and forgive yourself for a previous error or lapse in judgment. You can move on from the temporary lack of willpower, drinking the beverage, and return to your disciplined plan immediately because you know you can still make progress toward a healthier lifestyle. Let's try an exercise right now. Jonathan, my producer, you're here with me.
Yeah.
And also people listening at home. I want you to try this with me right now. Think of a situation that didn't work out the way you wanted it to. I want you to right now, maybe close your eyes, take a deep breath as we're here, and relive what it looked like, sounded like, and felt like. What were your facial expressions like? What was your level of calmness or agitation? How about your tone of voice? How were you received by the other person or others? Now, center yourself, breathe deeply, scan your body for points of tension and relax them. Visualize that the tension in your body is slowly melting like butter. Also imagine that you're standing upright and you're balanced, confident, and relaxed. Now, Jonathan re-experienced the situation from a higher mental place. Imagine yourself in the past, except this time see yourself acting the way you would act with the knowledge you have today, as a wiser, more experienced, and stronger person. Hear yourself speaking in a sincere, peaceful, and confident way. Observe the many unforeseen benefits that occur as you relive the scenario. Okay, Jonathan, now open your eyes and tell me what you saw.
It was like a situation when I was texting someone, and I guess I said something that could have been interpreted in a place of anger and malice while I was trying to come from a place of love. And I feel like the words, or at least like the word choice and maybe the tone of the sentence came off negative. So I guess reanalyzing the situation, it could have come from more of a place of love and care and comfort.
So, Jonathan, what are the specific words you would say to her today, given what you know now?
I feel like I may have hurt you. If so, please forgive me. I want to connect in a loving and honest way.
That's good, Jonathan. That felt heartfelt to me. And the good news is that with this exercise, you can change your past. Instead of feeling regret about what happened before, conflict, disagreements, you have imprinted a new thought in your mind, otherwise known as a loving memory. The wisdom that you gain from any experience, whether you call what happened to you good or bad. This wisdom will help you become a more loving person toward yourself and others. In the future, when you suffer pain, you will take the lesson from it and transform the experience into a valuable piece of wisdom, what we call loving memory. This knowledge will in turn restructure your previous bad memory, leaving you with a positive feeling about the experience instead of the previous bitter and regretful one you had before. Yes, it is possible to live a regret-free life. When you forgive yourself for past mistakes, you recognize the lessons learned, and you avoid repeating the same actions. Your goal is to improve the way you react to your environment and life situations. When you do this, you feel better about yourself. You become stronger and more determined. You're better able to withstand the temptation to go back to your old self-defeating ways, like procrastination, addictive behaviors, and poor relationship choices. Always remember that being under the influence of the self-defeating mind is like being hypnotized by an evil magician. The magician makes you do things that are harmful to you, but you can't seem to resist it. Once you break free of the spell, you're no longer hypnotized, and you no longer condemn yourself for your past. You realize that at the time, you couldn't have acted any better because you were under the spell of a negative influence. Now that you've broken free, you awaken to your true self, your invincible mind, and you no longer hate yourself for something you did in the past. When you're finally freed from the old hypnotized self, you break your connection with the past and the mistakes you've made. You see yourself differently. You no longer label yourself as cruel, arrogant, weak, or stupid. Instead, you recognize your invincible self. From this day forward, be aware when the regret weakness tries to push itself into your mind and make you feel weak and inadequate because of past mistakes. If you catch the regret weakness trying to invade you, quickly switch your mindset from regret, if only I had done this differently, to hope, next time I will do better. Don't waste mental energy brooding over past events, decisions, and actions. Look forward instead of backward. Always head toward next time, the best and most optimistic place to be. Love your University students? It's your choice this week. Will you look backward to regret, to missed opportunities, or will you look to the present to create new ones, to live a life of abundance, love, and freedom? The choice is yours, and I believe you will make the right one. So love your University students. Go out this week. Live with self-acceptance. Love yourself, love others, and love the higher nature. And by the way, follow me on Instagram at Dr. Alex Avila. That's DrAlexAvila. And also follow me on the social media links below. And now the moment has arrived. Put away your notebooks, your iPads, your phones. Love University. Class is now dismissed. This is Dr. Alex Avila.